Hi. Yeah. Here is Liz, Liz in the Middle Ages, the burning up parody lady. That I've just recently done the Madonna parody, and I actually am finding this very difficult to say. But I feel people should know about me and the type of person I am. So I was actually going to start writing a book called Sex, Scam and Unbelievable Forgiveness. This is something that's happened to me and I'm still in the middle of it. And I just wanted to... oh boy, this is going to be really difficult because my kids will probably see this eventually, but I feel that people should know about this because maybe something similar has happened. And not only that, it's more about how you can find advantage in anything, even something really bad, and how there is goodness in every being, no matter what that they are capable or have done. So it started out early COVID days, staying at home and, nothing to do, quite lonely. And I got a message from a man on Instagram in his 50s. He wasn't anything special, just quite interesting because apparently he had come from Kiev and he was like an artist doing some fashion designing. And I honestly did think, you don't know who he is, but I just thought I'd have some fun. I mean, even though you're 55 plus, you still want to have fun. You're still that type, you have that in you. And I wasn't really interested in him in the beginning. It was just like the odd message he'd write, and I kind of found him a bit boring. But then I'm very interested in other cultures, and once he started to tell me about the culture in Kiev, and we got to chatting, and every day actually. And so anyway, the big part of this was that wasn't him. And so I'm going to tell you now exactly how I found out, and then I'll fill in all the hard, sad, sexy, confusing bits throughout, more posts that I do. So basically, I was staying at my daughter's at that time because I had come back from overseas and I had nowhere to stay, because this is another story. I was helping Mum out who had dementia, but she really didn't have dementia. She just went narcissistic. That's what it was. And she was always narcissistic, I guess. But anyway, that's another story. So what happened was just on the evening that I had written to him, chatted to him, and we got off the phone after, confessing all our love for each other, through phone sex. And he got me onto that. Actually, I'd never done anything like that before, and I hadn't been in a relationship for a very long time, and I was okay because I had decided to just be by myself and focus on my projects. And honestly, people have said to me things like, but how did you cope? Did you have like a vibrator, and did you masturbate? No, it actually, once you get creative, no one believed me. You just get very happy and you become interested in what you're doing. But what led me to me becoming celibate, you could say, because I'll tell you how long I was celibate for, was a promiscuous stage. And I knew that I was getting out of hand. This was after my divorce. Anyway, so going back to when we got off the phone that night, and I'm not going to use, let's just say his name was, I can tell you the fake name of the fake person, that was David. And the next morning he called me, and my daughter rushed into the room. She knew that I'd been talking to this guy on Instagram every night, literally. And he's very spiritual, and we're still in contact. Some things have happened. It's actually been 18 months. So what happened was, that morning I was talking to him, all lovey-dovey, it was wonderful, and my daughter rushes in and she's mouthing it, "Get off the phone, I have to tell you something, get off the phone." And I was like, oh, I won't, because I still, am kind of like in contact with him, so I respect, him, and I don't want to say his name, so I'll just call him Jay. And she's like, "Get off the phone now." And I said, "Look, I've got to go." Got off the phone, and my daughter comes out and she goes, "Mum, I've got to show you something." She goes, her and her sister had been looking into online stuff, and they had checked this supposedly David in Kiev, and it was a fake person. The guy was actually a gay guy living in America, and someone had stolen his identity. So I was gutted. Like, it was like, I honestly couldn't believe it. And I wanted to cry. I was like, who is this person? I was scared. Instantly, my daughter was like, "We have to block him. We have to," I panicked. So we blocked every single thing that I had. Like, I changed my Instagram, changed my Facebook page, changed my account details. Not that he'd ever asked for my account details, but I'll tell you that in the next part. And I was just like, I had a sick feeling in my stomach, like, oh my God, like I'd been, the betrayal feeling. And then I'll go on to tell you that I stayed like this for 2 weeks, trying to not contact him, even though I desperately wanted. I got a message on through my Skype. He managed to find me on Skype and say, what's happened? I don't know. What have I done? Like, why did you? So I ignored that. I didn't actually cry. I just had this really sick feeling in my stomach. And especially because, guys, we had quite a bit of fun. I mean, I'm a fun person, and I had given this guy about 15 nude shots of me. I mean, Playboy, that was nothing. You have no idea. Even video films. Like, I'd done the whole relationship thing, from thinking that he was in Kiev and all that, and I was panicking. I was like checking, my daughters and I were checking to see if he'd posted anything, as a blackmail, but there was nothing. And then on the second week, I just had this, we were connected. So I know a lot of you are going to be thinking, what an idiot, but, like, how could you do something like this? But I'm going to tell you something, like, he's still a person, and he had a very spiritual nature, and we got along very well. And he never asked for photos. I was the one that sent him to him. And so my daughter's not knowing, I just decided myself that I have to have closure on this. So I unblocked my WhatsApp, and I messaged him saying, "Hey, I'm back." And he said, "Wow, good to have you back. Can you please explain why you blocked me from everything?" And I said, "Okay." And I said, I want to know. I said, "Why?" I said, "Let's talk." Actually, that's what it was. So we rang each other up, and I said, "Why you used a false face?" And he literally started crying, and then he tried to stop himself, like he was like, and he's like, "I'm really sorry. I was going to tell you," and then he said, "Look, I'm sorry. I guess you just don't want to go ahead with anything now, and I just want to tell you I'm really going to miss you." And I said, "No, stop." I said, I forgive you." And I said, "But I need to see your face." And wow, I'm going to tell you about that next time. Oh my God. And what it's led to. So I've got to get off now. I could just, yeah, it's been a long journey, and tell you tomorrow. Bye.